Welcome back to another AmuLIT stream. We are this time around playing No Nonsense AmuLIT. Try Not Fierce Empath. Udo in the main deck explores 32 lands. The only one that I'm considering is probably cutting one Essence Sanctuary for maybe a Sunhome or something like that. Not so sure about that. Not too. I've been fine with this configuration. I've been happy with it. Tracker has been overperforming for me, so I'm continuing to play 2 or maybe 3 cards, but what I'm trying today is Emrakul the Promised End. So the idea is to find to have a threat that cannot be Aether Gusted, because that's like the biggest deal. And Emrakul is actually pretty tough for the control decks to deal with, barring Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and like a sweeper, like Supreme Verdict or something. And against the black versions, of course, Dead of Winter doesn't even kill it, so. All right, let's go now. Sure. Turn 1, Fountain. Turn 2, Azusa. Do some exploring. Potentially turn 3, Titan. Yeah, I like this. What is this? Adnos? They tapped for blue, so it has to be Adnos. Yep. Prime time? I know I saw like top 8 with that Nauseam a challenge over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they are representing a potential turn 3 kill. I've heard Nassif's Dead of Winter and Mulug Mugs before. Yeah, 10 and 13 are... It's a difference. It's not a minor difference. Okay. Yeah, I guess I do want to explore here. That sucks. All right, Fierce Empath. Prime time. That one's not it. That one's not it. All right, so if we draw Primeval Titan, we might be in fine shape. I guess Stellaria West also counts, but we might just be dead to the 3-card combo because they have enough mana. So that would be Thassa's Circle plus the Angel's Grace plus the other thingy, the one that allows them to mill their entire deck. Spoils of the Vault. Spoils from the Vault? Off the Vault? Whatever. Some kind of spoils. Mismatching cities? Very sad. Very, very sad. Alright, hook me up with that Primeval Titan. I have faith in you. I have faith in you, deck. You can do it. Chat, just focus your energy and give it to me. Oh wow, that's beautiful, Bobby. Prime time. It's not very good. So I'm just gonna continue making land drops for field, I guess. It's not looking good though. We've dug 12 cards deeper. We haven't found one of my 11 copies of Primeval Titan. Nor Udo. This place. At this point, even field kind of plays a little bit. Okay, so we're just dead now. So usually what I do is I just wait here. I like to see what deck they're playing. And then it's interesting sometimes the number of oracles would change, so you know that you don't need to play around it so much or whatever. But then if they do go for the red spell, the lightning storm kill, there's a way that you can kind of get them. Since my hand is 3 lands, so if they overdo it and they go a little bit too hard and they just discard all of their lands in hand, we get to like redirect the red spell to their face, which is this funniest thing. But usually, you know, savvy ad nauseam opponents are gonna know to not discard all of your lands, you know. They're gonna just leave themselves with like 3 or 4 lands in hand at least. Or that will happen too. Well, I guess that it's not even clear because we gained a bunch of life. So if they were going for the skill, it's not even clear that they would have had lethal, right? Because they would have needed, usually they are able to deal like 30-ish damage at most. So even if they hadn't forgotten to hold up control, it's not even clear that they had enough to kill me with me having 3 lands in hand. Yeah, they lose. I mean, they lose like before my turn, I guess, or like on my untap or whatever. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird, but it happens. I mean, you need to know how your deck functions. Achieve this. Oh, I don't want this. That's right. Because it beats within. Yeah, I think we're fine with this. They could have just prismed into Oracle. Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. They could have like exiled some Spirit Guides and like play the artifact thingy. I'm gonna take it from there. So yeah, they did have some alternate ways of finding a win there. They hadn't made a land drop just yet, Scrown 1. So they could have played one of their ETB tapped lands, like a Gemstone Mine or whatever. I'm taking it from there. This hand is good, but it's a little bit on the sketchy side of things. I think I'm going to ship it. This is a lot better. And I'm going to bottom the castle? Yeah. Was it turn 4? I think it was turn 5. But they had missed the land drop before. No, Thoughtseize is cool. That's a solid top deck. It's kind of awkward that we're... I guess we are going to be able to try it on turn 2, aren't we? Yeah. So we're going to be able to play Dryad first, and then we're going to be able to play the Tularia West, holding the Garrison in hand, and then the Dryad fixes the mana for a turn 3 Titan. Too many Titans. Guess it's a good problem to have. Bum, 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 too many Titans. Ta-na-na-na-na. Primus. Yeah, I know it. You know that one? That's the name of that song. Trivia for chat. What's the name of that song? It's not Too Many Titans. I'll tell you that much. Alright, here's my Titan, and my Titan's amazing. Okay. So they need to kill me on their next turn, which the Lotus Loom is going to be coming off. Too many puppies? Yeah, you got it, McCulphy, exactly. So if this were a semi-growth chamber, we might have had a shot, but it isn't. So because it isn't, I think I want to... No, I think I still want to play this out, right? So this is 4 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we play this out. Can bounce it next turn. And if our opponent has it, we are dead. Ooh, I guess they don't have it. Are they considering... Oh, no, they're not. Okay, so maybe they have it. So there's the Angel's Grace. So they don't need to pay for the pact. Then the Lotus Bloom's gonna come off. And if they had the Adnos... It's kind of brutal how we went from winning the game to actually losing it. But that is what Nauseam does, right? So doesn't come off as too much of a surprise. So we get to see how they sideboarded, which is always important. Was it later this time resolved? Yes, because we would have been able to resolve 2 of them. Both of them getting hasty, that's 2. That's 16 plus the attack from this plus the Valakut trigger. So we were not only going to be able to do that here, but we were also going to be able to do that on their upkeep. And we would have been able to also do that with Pact of Negation backup. So yes, I'm fairly certain that we would have won that game. All right, so important cards to see from the sideboard. Echoing Truth. Important to know about Echoing Truth, especially if we're going to YOLO a turn. And that's it. I'm actually interested to see no Thought Ceases, nothing like that. I guess my opponent learned from their mistakes. Good job, opponent, good job. I only saw one Echoing Truth though, which is interesting. Any changes? No, not really. All I want to do is just resolve an Emrakul the Promised Stand against my ad nauseam opponent. That's all I really want to do. That's it. That's all I want to do. Come on, opponent. Just don't have an insane draw, okay? Let me have my fun. Let me have my fun. Ratir L. Who are those emotes from, Bobby? No bounce land there. A little bit too sketchy. Yes, we're gonna keep this one though. Mull to 6, opponent also mulls to 6. So I think we're going to be able to set this up in such a way that we're going to transmute for back to negation on turn 3. Actually, no. No, we're gonna be 1 minute short of doing that. Sad. Very sad. Never mind. We're great. So we're gonna be able to spend turn 3 transmitting for back to negation. Then we're gonna be able to Titan on turn 4. Unless we draw an AmuLIT, in which case we're gonna be able to Titan on turn 3. No, still not gonna be able to. Never mind. No, yeah, we are going to. This is... All right, so Rexage. Okay, we drew an irrelevant card instead, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So now they're going to be able to set up, they're going to need to be able to set up the combo with backed backup. Okay, so they have infinite mana. Force a negation off the top 1 time, right? Am I right? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just jam Titan here. Now the question is, do we pack? If they pack, do we pact back? We might have to, honestly. They don't have that much mana though. Actually, I'm not going to. If they packed, I'm gonna let it resolve. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're definitely gonna Valakut because I'm gonna set up a kill next turn. I guess I told Laria West. Pass the turn. So next turn we're gonna have very lethal. And they're gonna have to be able to win with back-to-back up. If they have it, they have it. There's literally nothing that I can do, so. Yep, you just have it. Yeah, it was pretty tough that we didn't draw anything else, because like one more piece of interaction would have been excellent. Because there was no need for us to go for it this turn. We could have just waited. And there was only... Like we could have waited for one more turn and then we were gonna be able to go for it with like a dispute or something, you know. But we just didn't get there. Pretty rough. Yeah, they just didn't sideboard anything. Because they just considered that the matchup is just good. Which is possible, honestly. It's possible. I think historically I have a positive ad nauseam matchup, but I think I've been losing more consistently to it since the printing of Thassa's Oracle. I feel like before they printed Oracle, I was beating the deck a lot more consistently. But I think that since the printing of Oracle, the opposite is true. We're playing against an absurd squid, which is a funny name. This is too slow. This is better. I think we're gonna bottom the growth chamber. Opponents on Tron. Just play this guy twice in a row. Brutal. Poor opponent. So of course we're gonna go turn 1 castle so we can explore on turn 2. Also, one thing that I wanted to point out about the Nauseam matchup, Karn turns that matchup on its head. Karn makes that matchup infinitely better for us. Another Dryad. Not too stoked about that. Alright, turn 3 Tron. Oh, I guess we can't activate castle. Okay. Land and land. Turn 3 Tron into double mana reshaper. Yeah. Well, one of the things that we see here, by the way, is that if my opponent were to... If they have a Karn, for example... Actually, don't care. X-rated Panda, thank you for the follow. That's a silly name. Hey Flipper, how you feeling? So if they go for goading here, we get him. Tá tudo bem, meus caralhos? Tudo bem, legal. Muito legal. Jogando contra Eldrazi Tron. Even if they can dismember my Dryad, doesn't matter. Torpor Orb. Okay. That is pretty annoying. Could be naming Scout better in the matchup because of Chalice. It's possible. I think that it's a really high priority for them to play Chalice on 0, and if my Scouts gets countered, I don't care too much. So if we draw a Titan, we just win. But if we don't draw a Titan, we could transmute for Valakut. Was game Student 3 against Eldrazi Tron the other day? Yeah, it's rough. Sometimes E-Tron will get you. And I'm gonna play around all this dust by holding on to this. This is also better because it enables more land drops for us. I'm just not sure I want to go Squatter. All right, all is dust or all is bust. All is dust or all is bust. I'm not killing the Reshaper because I don't want my opponent to draw a card. Thinking that Tron Assemblage would lose game, but I forgot it's Tron. Yeah, exactly. It was definitely strictly correct for my opponent to attack there. Imagine having turn 3 Tron and losing miserably. And not only losing miserably, but like not being able to do anything about it. Turn 3 Tron, turn 3 Karn, into Chalice, achieve nothing. That is the Eldrazi Tron life. That is the Eldrazi Tron life. Yeah, the deck still performs, which I find completely mind-blowing. What did we board in and out? I don't know. I cut a couple of pacts. Cut pacts, cut some number of Stacies, and a couple of lands. And then I brought in trackers. I think this is a fine keep. I brought in trackers, I brought in Sage and Force of Vigor. Yeah, I tend to play pretty quickly. I got EE too. EE is a transmutable way to answer Chalice of the Void when it's in play. So I think I like explosives, just the one copy, because it's awful against Karn, obviously. I've gone for more than a few months. What happened to Sunhome? I have been liking not playing it in the deck and then doing just having a more consistent mana base instead. How's the mana? Thank you for the raid. How you doing? How long have you been streaming, by the way? I don't think I was aware that you streamed. Do you stream? Well, if my opponent is actively trying to wasteland themselves, I think I'm going to try to help them out, you know? Been enjoying it? Oh, nice. Nice, man. You having fun? It's fun. It's a cool thing to be doing. Land would be great. So now we get to play a tracker. Start getting value. Dismember. You got it. We still get our clue. Next turn we're going to probably explore into Crack Clue, trying to look for lands. Lost to Tron and banned. Feels bad, man. Will you take? They took the Explore. Okay. Land. So we have two ways to go about this. We can either Empath or we can Azusa. I think I'm going to Azusa actually, and the reason for that is now if we draw a bounce land, we can actually just cast a Titan. So that seems like higher upside. We can triple block next turn. Never mind, we can't. Well, powers. So now any land is just game winning immediately. So if they find Eldrazi Temple here, we might be scared of Ghost Squatter. So I guess you're gonna Ghost Squatter my Valakut. That's fine. Just kill you with prime time. They drew another TKS. Okay. I didn't know that that this deck was back on playing multiple Ghost Squatters. 6. Good to know. Well, at least my opponent's list is playing multiple Ghost Squatters. My opponent tried so hard and got so far, but at the end it didn't even matter. We don't even need to get... Smasher! So good! 4 mana, 5/5? Yeah, when we get to this point of the game, it's just... Honestly, it feels a little bit silly. It does feel a little bit silly when we get to this point. Because it's like, you can see that the Eldrazi Tron player is like trying to figure out, okay, how can I do something here? And it's just like, it just doesn't matter. Just pack it in. Just pack it up, man, please. Let's move on to the next one. I guess I shouldn't assume that my opponent is a man. I try to be good about using the they pronoun, which is specifically true considering that one of the best E-Tron players in the world is actually a woman. So we get to draw a card here. They can't cast all this dust. And if they could, I could use this prime time to get Ghost Squatter, but they can't, so it doesn't matter. We're just done here, but my opponent, I think, I don't know. Maybe they think they have an out? I mean, our deck is impacted by Chalice, but not at this point. Like, we're way past the time where Chalice was remotely relevant. Oh, I could have fetched them, but I have no more fetchables. Whoops. Never mind. That was silly. Maybe they like watching AmuLIT completely on it. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have that kind of fortitude, you know? This is a beautiful hand that does absolutely nothing, so I'm gonna chip it. This is a slightly less beautiful hand that does some stuff, does do some stuff. So I think I'm going to bottom Asusa actually, and we're gonna hope we find some lands. That's well it's objective. No, it's actually objective. Like it consistently puts up top 8s and stuff. The thing is that it's one of the most popular decks, so I don't know like what the conversion ratio actually is. I'm gonna fetch second Burning Pool because we're playing against TitanShift. And I'm going to transmit this to the West, so I'm not going to... We only get punished if I draw specifically Castle. Now this is a deck that I have not seen in a while. Jeez. Just good old red-green Scapeshift. Good old red-green Scapeshift. So if we don't get Titan here and we get to resolve our Titan first, I think we'll have a shot. I mean, because it's a lost to Titan decks, everything else is a breeze. Yeah, I mean, Eldrazi Tron it's a fine deck. That's what it does. It just, in my opinion, it just looks terrible on paper, but it just puts results up consistently. So, I mean, clearly it's a good deck. It's just that I play Titan decks, so usually I just own Eldrazi Tron very, very consistently, so it looks bad to me specifically, but... But yeah, how's it going, Gage? How you doing? Never owned you. That's true. That's true. I don't think we've ever played each other since since you are an Eldrazi Tron guy now. We used to get paired all the freaking time when you were when you were a Word Person player, and I did not appreciate that. ¿Qué haces, Iván, querido? ¿Todo bien? Have you been playing Elementals, K9? Yeah, I think I've been actually considering. The other day I imported the deck list and I'm like, this looks legit fun. So I kind of want to mess around with this. Just skelemental some nerds. No respect for big mana. Also, I guess no respect for Storm. I guess your way of beating Storm is just trying to skelemental them out of the game. My opponent is really struggling to... Oh, they lost connection to the game. Also with Guerrilla because it's a Chalice deck, combo, and value. The Guerrilla deck has, every time I faced it, has looked terrible. The only really cool thing that the Guerrilla does is that it actually can put a Sire into play on turn like 3 or 4, which is hilarious when it works. I think I lost to the Guerrilla deck like once or twice, and every time I've lost to it has been because of the Sire. Delightful voice and Titan gameplay in your second stream. Nice, 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 nice. My voice is pretty smooth and soothing. I don't remember who I was, but like I remember a viewer that would tell me that I think her daughter would like find my voice super soothing and she would fall asleep to me talking. Don't have acid moss. Deal? No acid moss. That's kind of annoying too. Steve and Stacy. Back at it. Time is illusion during quarantine. Oh yeah, that's right. Yesterday was Wednesday. Just never finding land, huh? Nope, never finding land. I mean, to begin with, time is an illusion, period, right? And that is particularly true in the context of quarantine. Is Steve Stacy's husband, or have they broken up? They are rarely in the same team, so I guess that I would assume that they have been through rough times, you know? Maybe they're doing counseling and stuff. Maybe they're getting better. But they have had some troubles with Stacy's mom. Friends. Damn. Nonsenseless, yes. If you think about it, it's something without nonsense. So it's no nonsense. It's not that hard, man. pretty straightforward. It's nonsenseless. Did the Fountains of Wayne singer die from COVID? I have no idea what Fountains of Wayne even is. Similar with cards, only 3 cards or 4. I've been playing with 3 and I've been happy with it. But it's AmuLIT, right? You can build it however the hell you want. These are some sad draw steps we're seeing right here. They're the band that did Stacy's mom. Oh, really? I actually have played Stacy's mom live many times. Never even knew who the actual writer of the song was. Just funny. Okay, so we get to Titan next turn. Pack versus unless they do something nonsensical / good on their side. Actually, you guys maybe want to buy into foil AmuLIT and to be corrupted. What do you even mean by that? Buying into foil AmuLIT? I would never recommend anybody buying foil cards in MTGO. They look horrid. They look so awful, it's not even funny. Dried is fine. I guess it's not that fine, actually. Well, yeah, we have to. Because we can't even pay for pack next turn. So 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 green, 6 1 2 3 4 5. I think we actually might be able to pay for both pacts, which is pretty hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Falls didn't work, you either go all in or nothing in paper. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of foils, period, so. So I actually are in need of a green source here, so we cannot get field, which is pretty sad. I think we're at 20. And we can't get a bounce land, unfortunately. Because we can't bounce itself, we need to bounce something else. So I think I'm just gonna get a fetch land. This kind of delays the decision. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, we have exactly to pay for both pacts. So if my opponent just plays a land and they, I don't know, they just attempt to kill my Titan. If they don't have a Titan or escape shift, I think we just win. Like, if all they do is just make a couple of land drops and kill my prime time, we're probably gonna be okay. Yeah, I mean that's the beauty about Magic though, right? Like there are people that like foils and there are people that are actually like all about foils even. And then there's players like me that don't like foils and it's just perfectly fine. Right? Different strokes for different folks. So prime time's probably gonna be dead. But if I don't have to use this Pact of Negation, then we actually just kill them next turn, right? If that's all they got, I think we're fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we fetch for a forest. Play land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan. Suva Field. Unfortunately, we're one off setting up lethal, which is rough. I guess it might be too roughly setting up lethal. Never mind. Because we will need to. No! We get Valakut. Oh no, we actually do have lethal. That's cool. Thanks to the Vesuva. So we get Valakut plus a Boundless Land. Semi-Growth Chamber. So they need to block here. They don't know that they need to block, but they need to block. Serve there. Bounce this. I guess it should have been this, but it doesn't matter. Like they're just dead. I guess even if they block, they're just still dead, so. You like the fuller textless cryptic? Wow, Ivan, that's. I think on the draw I'm gonna go with Force. This actually kills Dryad, which is nothing to scoff at. Textless cryptic is the trollest card of all. That's true. That is true. Test the point of remembering all the modes. That's exactly what it is. It's like Magic trivia, right? It's basically Magic trivia. I have a question. How to prepare the matchup of goblins? I tried. I tried with black, red, and white splash and never win. And it's just a really tough matchup. You can only do so much, Sergio. You can only do so much, really. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. What I've had the most success with for now, actually, oddly enough, has been Karn. which is kind of weird. Could be holding up Gust for next turn. They might have one Woolly Acid Moss, but we actually can beat Acid Moss pretty easily here. So it's not that big of a deal. This is Beast Within. Beast Within my AmuLIT resolves. And you know what? I'm gonna double up on that. I'm gonna double up on your Beast Within. Take 7. That's pretty. Oh, I should have. Yeah, I should have definitely. Like they're missing land drops. I should have definitely gusted that. Unless we can draw a Titan here and we can get beautifully rewarded. No. Man. This is the silliest game ever. 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we have lethal next turn. We do have lethal next turn. I think I'm gonna protect the stronghold here. For those of you wondering why I prefer to play this card over Hangwear Battlements, in case you were wondering why, we actually just had 2 matches in a row where this was actually extremely relevant. So if they're pacting for Steve, I think I gust the Steve. How's the overall record for now? We 3-2 the first league, and we're currently 1-1. Never draw a Titan, no problem. Stronghold, 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 stronghold. That's why this is the primetime stronghold, baby. This is not the primetime battlements. Arkan, Legacy Council, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Arkan's stream. We're just winning games in silly fashion. The silliest of fashion. How was your stream today? What did you play? I saw that you posted that you were thinking of playing Espervile. Did you try it out? That deck is glorious. What was the loss against? At Nauseam. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. It's a little bit sketchy. I'm not going to deny the fact that it's a little bit sketchy, but Bounce land? I still don't know what I want this. Like, if we find a Dryad, I'm going to want to have this Cavern Bee on Dryad so I can actually fix my mana. So. I love Gilded Drake. Dude, we did some insane things with Gilded Drake yesterday. Like gross stuff. Like we played against, remember like the Doomwake, the bug player that you faced? We played against him, and like we had some ridiculous turns with the Drake plus Charming Prince. Some silly stuff. It was great. So they have a no stone. I think I'm going to play the Dryad anyway. Yeah. They just had the Natty Tron. When the Natty Tron happens, it just happens. $32 lands. I have 32 lands in my deck. 32 of them. 3, 2. $32 lands. Should I just pass here? I'm just going to just cast this, just force the action on the Ozone, I guess. Time to go to 33, yeah, I guess. The worst part is right now, even if we find Castle, we actually cannot activate it because the O-Stone is going to kill the Dryad, so... Can't beat that guy. Okay. I actually don't like Gust. We do like Emrakul, we do like Field. Don't like Explosives. Don't like Force. Cut this. Cut this, cut this. Fear Sympathy is alright. If we continue like this, will be 4 Titans for AmuLIT and 52 lands. Man, that sounds like a great list. Alright, this is cool. So we're gonna bottom the Titan. In before 10-1 Nature's Claim. I know it. I know it. My opponent totally kept a hand. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be one of the nasty turn 2s. It's totally gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen. Alright. Okay. Thought not seer. Okay, so we're gonna opponent's OP is dead. So this is 1 land drop. It's gonna be 2 land drops. We're gonna have 2 remaining. We're gonna get Valakut. Yeah, so let's do this. Here and here. Yes, Valakut, Stronghold. I think it's actually lethal in multiple ways. This is the line that I'm choosing to go with. Attack with everything, yes. The Suva and this. We have 2 land drops remaining. Yeah, this is very lethal. Actually, it's just lethal on the attack trigger even. My favorite lines are when I get lazy and I still find lethal. Those are my favorite lines. Let's just be lazy and just find lethal anyway, because it just doesn't really matter. Good times, good times. Okay, on the draw, I think we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna prioritize ramp a little bit over threats. This was so beautiful. Yeah, I know. I know. Lazy lethal finder. My opponent has kept 7 every single time, and I've mulled every single time. Down to 4. Down to 3. Something tells us that we're gonna be packing this up very soon. The casual 35 under 3, yeah, those are the good ones. AmuLIT into Titan, calling it now. That would have been hot. And that is why I kept this hand, is because I was giving myself a shot to find the nuts. But my opponent just seems to have it. I could have kept a Stronghold in place of Vesuva, but Vesuva had the option of turning into a Semi-Growth Chamber later on. So I thought it didn't make sense to do that. Like, it made more sense to keep the Vesuva. Maybe I was wrong on that one. Now I know they have a Karn, so I think I'm just dead. I guess they might punt. I think my opponent is a good player. I'm not sure. So it's possible that they don't punt, but... Probably gonna find Ghost Quarter. Oh, another tower. Oh, if they have Ulamog, we're just dead. Yeah. Funny enough, if we had found AmuLIT into Titan, we would have won that game on a multi-3. We needed to get super lucky, obviously, but there was a line. There was a line for winning there. Also, I just noticed this. When did this happen? Is Fritmania here right now? Jeez, killing it. Dominating. Alright. The 2-2 versus the 2-2. The time of truth to figure out who is the least mediocre. Tron again? Jeez, so much Tron. Yeah, one of us will get out of here with a profit, the other one will be sad. Who will it be? Tried red-green yesterday. Was thinking about it for the Mana Trading series, then I just went 10-0. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Just 10-0. Should I go squatter then? Or should I just not care? I think I'm gonna not care. Is Empath here to stay? I've been enjoying the 1 or 2 copies. It's been fine. It hasn't been like a game changer or anything. It's just been fine. It's been a cool card to have access to. Perform better than expected. Really? You lose to AmuLIT? You've been beating red-green with AmuLIT? I feel like I super rarely beat red-green with AmuLIT. It's good for them. Prime time. Explorer is kind of solid. Prime time. I could just go squatter the blast zone. But if my opponent is spending their entire next turn blowing up the blast zone, I'm actually excited about that. So I think I'm just gonna pass here. Eldrazi Tron never change. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like my opponent, they're better off just trying to race me than they are trying to blow up my amulets. Okay, so I have this turn to find Primeval Titan or just nothing. This is usually how I lose this matchup. It's very good for us, but when I lose, it's because I just draw blanks for way too many turns in a row. It's okay. Shave a couple of stasis, cut both of these, cut this, cut a cavern, and what am I missing? Okay, I'm gonna try cutting the explosives, which was the suggestion earlier. Super likely, but I feel that Field of Stombos gets banned, it will be sad. It's not gonna happen, Prime Time to trigger. Like, there's nothing that's gonna be banned from AmuLIT or anything like that. The only cards even worth considering for a ban are specifically Astrolabe and, to a lesser extent, Mystic Sanctuary or Uro. Personally, I wish that Mystic Sanctuary would go instead of Astrolabe. But I think that's probably not what's gonna happen. This hand is super slow, but I guess it's correct for me to play this on Scout here. Actually, Veil, I don't think Veil is even in the discussion. Veil is a card that is really good in other formats, and Modern is not one of the formats where Veil is good. Like, Veil is just fine in Modern. So having drawn the Amulet, of course, I want to change my plan here because we get to Amulet into land and we get to set up a turn 3 Titan. So now my opponent is going to be able to Thought Knot me next turn. And they're going to take the Titan, but what that does is it means that I'm going to be able to at least Rex Sage the Chalice. So if I can transmute Tulare West into a Titan. Veil is super not okay. It's just not that good in the Modern format. Like if you tell me that Veil is very good in Modern, I will tell you yes. If you tell me that it's banned, if you ask me whether it's ban worthy, I will say no 100% of the time. Like, it's a good card, it's a good cyber card, but it's just that, it's a sideboard card. It's not oppressive. Like, it's not oppressive. The reason why it was banned in standard is because like most of the deck were green anyway. Were blue anyway. So if we don't luck suck a Titan, we can spend this turn to transmute Distiller West and then Titan them next turn, unless they have another Thought Knot or another Chalice. I wouldn't necessarily say that Veil is fun, but I will say that Veil is fine. Like, it's just okay. It's a really good cyber card, but that's it. It's just a really good cyber card. It's not... Like, in Legacy, it's a lot more busted because blue is, like, over half the format or something, right? So the impact of Veil is kind of, like, overblown a little bit. Oh, you say Tef hates fun, and that confused me. Yeah, you're right. What you said is correct. Sure. I guess that we can Azusa as well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So let's play Azusa. Bounce. Summoner's Pact. Pass the turn. If they play a Chalice, I'm just gonna cast back in response. Some people think Tron should have something banned. I will not listen to stupid reasoning. Tron is fine. Like it, don't like it, doesn't matter. It's fine. It's a deck that is okay to exist in the format. Some people just like to complain, just for sport. Okay, so we're gonna get Field, and I guess we're gonna get... If my opponent always dusts... What do we get next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to Tracker plus start making clues, so it's still fine, I guess. Swing for 1. Let's go. Tron is more of a legacy hater at this point. We hate Tron because we always hated Tron. It's a tradition. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, that's 5. What else you got? If this is... All this does is the only thing that matters. Or like Emrakul. If this is a huge ballista, yeah, this doesn't matter. Fuck, Tron is a meme after all. That's true. Yeah, it's just like a... It's just a matter of like hating Tron for sport more than because of actual reasons that are reasonable. Yeah. When I finally realized that they are like whatever they do just does not matter. Okay. Let's go. You hate Tron or you hate Tron? I mean, people like Tron. It's fine. Do you play E-Tron in paper? Does it become physical Tron? No, it's still E-Tron. Which is sad. There's definitely some value on the table there that we're leaving. So turn 3 Dryad to like a bunch of explorers and shit. I think we can do better in 6. I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Alright, this hand is good. Cool. People that like Tron don't like themselves. So bottom this. Oh, they also went to 5. All right, scary-ish. Oh, this is kind of nice. We get to develop our mana, and we also get to transmute this turn. In fact, I think I'm not going to transmute this turn. This is worse against specifically this member. But it plays around Thought Not Seer very nicely. What is the Emrakul for in the sideboard? Because of all the control decks. Band, whatever you want. Sad face. Blow me up. Nice, thank you. Am I transmuting for something? I don't think I'm transmuting for anything here. I think we just chill and we eventually transmute for... We eventually just transmute for... Valakut or whatever. But now that they have the chalice, there's no need to transmute for... Sure. Alright, that's kind of shitty. Field. So we just play this and we play this and we pass the turn. Again, I don't think that they're... Like, I'd rather start making zombies here. Their Tron does... I don't think their Tron matters too much. But now we can draw a land and we can start making symbols. Or we can transmute for Valakut. Well, I guess I should have transmuted this for Valakut. That was a mistake on my part. Carno, okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have. Whoops, I shouldn't have played the Tulare West there. I punted. That was a mistake. Torpor. Apparently, this is like the new line that people are taking. So now that we did top deck a Titan, we are going to transmute for Ghost Quarter. We're gonna blow this up. Yeah, right? 4 blue. Bounce this. Blue. Yeah. Transmute. Thank you for the follow. There. Go Squatter. Play my land. Brook 4. Appreciate it. And then play my Primeval Titan. Put a stop on their draw step. Attack Carno. Gonna blow up the Ursus Mine. That's the one that they searched for. Which one do they? I totally forgot which one they searched for. Let's look that up real quick. Ursus Mine? Ursus Mine, yeah. So that's the one that they searched for. And you'd better have top decked another mine, because nothing that you can do matters. They get to blow up Blast Zone if they want, but if they are using their mana in that way, then we're probably very happy. If this Primeval Titan moves to combat, we are done here. Tron doesn't punish all fair decks, but its bad matchups are unsolvable. What do you mean, Tron's bad matchups, or do you mean like the fair decks bad matchups to Tron? You have another Spatial Contortion? I mean, that kind of sucks. I know they play second Karn. Why did they play Spatial Contortion? I mean, I'm clearly planning to kill them with... Valakut triggers, right? Vesuva Valakut. Yeah, I guess that's the new line. I've had that happen twice today. When before in the past, like people would go for, you know, Karn minus for the Chimera coating, and then you were able to just kill the Karn and they wouldn't get any value. And now people have been having, I guess, taking one and I guess and further their analysis is what I would say. And now they're actually going for like minus for Torpor in order to guarantee a little bit of value, which I think it's a lot smarter than just like mindlessly going for the liquid metal coating, which is it's a very easy way for the AmuLIT player to steal a win when your opponent resolves Karn and they get 0 value from it. It's definitely an easy way for us to get a quick little W there. Okay, so the Tron matchup as usual. Pretty good for us. Thoughts. We lost to Nauseam. We lost to Burn, which was weird. It is definitely a thing that my list doesn't really consider the Burn matchup. Like, I'm not paying a lot of respect to the Burn matchup on either one of the lists that I played today, neither this one nor this one. There's like a couple of Aether Gusts, but that's not showing Burn respect. Udo, Bailoff, those are the cards that are showing Burn respect, and I'm only playing like only a single Udo. So even only a single explosives in this list in the 75. But yeah, honestly, I'm not. How can I say this? I don't think AmuLIT is in that good of a spot right now. I think it's playable. I think it's playable and you can do some winning. But I'm not sure if there's any way to fix. I kind of want to give a shot to adding one more Tulare West, maybe. Do you think that if actually gets a ban, that snow piles will still be playable? I don't know if we will call them snow piles anymore. We will just call them control decks, and they will be probably have access to a lot of shock lands and fetches. I'm losing my peripheral solid turn 1.52-ish. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what it is. With bans and goblin being big in the meta, AmuLIT hurts. It's not so much banned. It's the fact that right now people are playing for Aether Gust in their control sideboards, and I'm honestly not that sure about why. I'm not very sure why people still continue to pack 4 Aether Gusts. The card is nuts against us. Like, it's just the absolute nuts, right? But against decks like Burn and stuff like that, it's kind of just like okay. Against Bonza is the same thing. Against like the Gruul deck, it's kind of just fine. It's a really good card, but is it a 4 copy? Is it a 4 copy sideboard card, you know? Find it funny when I play someone who complains about AmuLIT. I just wonder how they seem. Yeah, exactly. The fact that I still every now and then see people that are asking for Primeval Titan bans is just silly. If Mystic Sanctuary didn't exist, AmuLIT would be times up. Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary is the big offender, 100%. 100%. I think that post the Astrolabe ban, if Astrolabe is indeed what goes, AmuLIT is going to be in better shape, I think. But yeah, the only thing I'm kind of considering is adding an extra copy of Tulare West. It's kind of so bad though. But in many situations, especially game 1 against control, I find myself in situations where I'm like, well, if I have a cavern, then we're gonna be winning pretty easily. And then I don't find the cavern and I don't find the Tulare West. So by adding up to my virtual copies of Cavern and my virtual copies of Primetime, I think that we might be able to do a little bit better. Cutting a Celestial Sanctuary. Maybe. Maybe. Primeval Titan ban problem with Design Space, same as what happened with Stoneforge. Except Stoneforge is now banned because they knew it was silly for that card to still be banned. Does an Empath fail the 30 West? Empath doesn't find Cavernous Souls, which is exactly what I'm talking about right now. Yeah. I mean, I guess let's give this a shot. What time is it? 3:15. So if we play a league in 1 hour, so I might need to not play the last match. So thank you so much if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.